Hello, and welcome to Public Access. We are down two people to start off with, but we'll be joined by Billy / Michael in a little bit. But we're good to go with who we got. So let's do a quick recap of last week. Start off with David meeting the big man in the little "It's Dangerous to Go Alone" dungeon, and gave him a couple clues and talked to him a little about vaguely about nothing as usual. Everyone else went into the little bunker slash cinder block building, or went to it. Looked around the van a bit that was parked outside, the wizard van, and set off like the car alarm, but got inside and looked around and saw that it was stakeout chic. That was the nice phrase we got there. Lots of snack food wrappers and sleeping bags and whatnot. Too many Xanth books. Erica called the number on the flyer that was in there and got whammied by not Bill, probably Korgoth calling there, and convinced her to drive off before Parker snagged her out. And we saw someone was watching from the building there. Y'all went in, wandered around, went down some stairs, and got run at by the ghost of Bastion, who kind of popped out there and then popped back into the hangout with David. Sort of filled David in on what their deal was, about how they want the new kids to get ritualed into the magic battery so they could be released. We're like, nope, that sucks, don't do that. But yeah, David got Bastion to lead you to the control room where he was all chained up. It had been visited recently. Y'all unhooked him, figured out the quieting ritual to take care of his business, burned his character sheet, which was Satanicus Hellscream, the thief, and that was all taken care of. You poked around down there more and found the kids who had gathered for the SNS game. David berated them for not playing video games, and y'all told them what the deal was, and they took off, thus completing the resolving the mystery. Next morning, Erica had a sweet nostalgic scene with David on TV. Headed out. Parker came down and made a bunch of pancakes for Randy, who also had been sleeping over, maybe or maybe not a surprise, and invited him out to dinner. Meanwhile, Erica met Casey at the Pancake Cave. He just got a gig working for the yard guy down at Escondido, and she asked him about the feds, got a couple clues. And Michael sulks about the Bill thing as David teases him, is what I have written down. And then Parker went back to the mall and opened up, talked to Ephraim a little bit. Michael got a message from the message board jerk telling him to stop looking around. And Erica at the diner got a little sample of the dream from Paige, the waitress, and which kicks off the dream mystery. Had a rush of anger, thinking that she might have to share, and that's where it started off. And we ended with David watching the Dream commercial, which is amazing in the prismatic wasteland. So everyone is pretty free to do what they like. We are in day. Plenty of things to do. What do you feel like doing today?
So to set a bit of internal context here, this is the point in the horror story where Erica has become completely and utterly broken. She spent the past several weeks trying to do this, taking care of everyone. I can save everyone. I've got these great plans, putting on a good face, and has just had this string of trying to fix things, but making them worse, usually at interpersonal levels, occasionally at, actual human life levels. She's had this, she's having this communication spiraling breakdown with Michael. Things aren't working out very well there. She's still got her confusion about Bill, and now she's come back from the missile silo without having rescued Judd and Amelia, who she was specifically asked to save, was unable to do that. And, and after trying to convince herself that she can also save David from the chromatic desert, which is not going to happen, wound up at 4 o'clock in the morning drinking coffee by herself for hours until she got so mad for no reason that she can know of that she hit Paige, the waitress, who had been nothing but kind to her. And, of course, we know why that happened. Erica has no clue. So she's hit the stage of completely broken. Casey's told her that about seeing Patient's head walking out into the desert as part of kind of these weird signal things with the whisper. So Erica's going to do two things with her day. The first is, she's been kicked out of the pancake cave for hitting Paige. And in this rash of just not thinking clearly, but hey, I can still fix things if I try one more time, she's going to go out trying to find what Patience found, go to Escondido Street and walk out into the desert, because that's a great idea.
Cool. You're wrong.
That's a good start. I've got another place to go, depending on how that goes, but that's how it's doing stupid things.
This was the whisper, right? Let's see. Yeah. So you're gonna head out from Escondido, I guess?
Yeah, because Casey had said that's where he saw Patience walk out from. Like, I know very little about the geography of New Mexico, but what I'm picturing is that kind of thing where you go across the highway and boom, there's desert, kind of like how in Canada you cross the highway and boom, it's just a forest.
Yeah. Same thing, only without the highway.
And without the forest.
Yeah. Cool. How long are you gonna wander around, do you feel like?
Let's assume it's a hot day, but Erica is also in distress and making bad decisions. So the answer to that is she's going to go walk around, kind of wander out into the desert until just getting past the point of feeling like she's been out there too long and needs to turn back. But it's already slightly past that point of, oh man, I've been walking for too long.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. We'll keep that in mind. What is Parker up to?
Cool. So where we last left Parker was at the arcade. And I think that they want to just, so does the Zagreus machine look different from having Gary kind of like sync with it?
Yeah, not really.
Not really. Okay. I think if like Ephraim's not like watching, I'm not sure. I'm sure they are, but Parker wants to try giving it another go, especially because we do know they're like key to the secret levels.
Yeah. Do you want to try the press start move?
Yes.
Awesome. Cool. Do you feel like you're going to be trying to like puzzle it out with reason, or just try to like keep your cool and get through it there?
I would like to use composure.
Composure. Great. We have no boxes of it marked yet. So let's go ahead and just roll composure straight up.
Okay, so is that just two 2d6 plus 1?
That's 2d6 plus 1. Yep.
Yeah, okay. 6.
Ooh, a 6. Yikes. Let's see. On a miss, you used up all your lives on the game before you discover anything, and you take a condition. Obsessed with death.
Oh boy, another obsession.
Wow, so many obsessed. You
Bark.
can turn a key to bump it up if you like.
Mm, let me think. Yeah, I think I'm gonna turn a key.
Cool. Which one are we turning?
Um, let me look at these key of the child. Um, I'm gonna do the flashback when you first discovered TV Odyssey.
Cool.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say that Parker is also feeling like a down on their like down on themselves, also this frustration of like we didn't save the kids, they have a lot of complicated feelings about, teens in bad situations. And so they're like, if I could just do one thing. And so their one thing is going to be playing the Zagreus game. And they think of a flashback. Um, they think of whenever they were home alone, their mom worked nights and their dad wasn't around. And so they couldn't sleep. They were always sort of prone to night terrors. They weren't actually like lying to Ephraim
Mhm.
about that. And so they went downstairs and just turned on the TV. It was probably like, 3 or 4 in the morning. Um, and there was this weird show on, and it said the TV Odyssey.
Mhm.
And I bet it's one of those like guy in his garage, and he's like taking apart maybe like an old arcade cabinet. So like this one. Or like showing off like some old games that he found at maybe like a thrift store or something. And the person in the TV started being more and more descriptive of oh, like we got this in like New Mexico. Oh, but it's in, here. And then it's also like Parker, like I got this game, and started like talking to them, and they got so freaked out that they just turned off the TV, ran back to bed and to their parents' room until their mom got home at like 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning. And they never told anyone about it, but they were always scared of the TV. And I think that also helped them get really into like books,
Mhm.
because you can always just close a book. The books can't talk to you. So yeah, I think that's it. So that would bump it up from a failure to just 7 and 9.
That would do that, yeah. So on a hit, we'll mark the first unbucked and collects the levels rise. So as you're playing, you get to a part that has there's like pastoral fields with the enemies on it. You get past that, you go into a cave. You've been there before, and there are NPCs there that are trying to get you to solve a puzzle, and you finally do it. And that kind of door in the back of the cave that you kind of made out a couple times actually opens up. And what do you see in there that makes you think that the pixelated characters are in distress?
Mm, I'm gonna so it's just like a pixely game, and so far it's just been like kind of normal.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that it's suddenly like a zoom in on their face. So like where they were just little pixels, like it's a really detailed pixely face. And you can see them like kind of crying and like looking around like and before it zooms back and they're just the little pixels. Maybe something like that.
Nice. Cool. So yeah, so the thing that gives you is a new level appears on the select screen called the river. So if you when you quit out of the game and start again, you can start at the river and try to unlock the next level there.
Okay, cool.
So that's cool. In the desert, it is probably past noon at this point.
I'm for time positioning, I'm thinking just based on how hot I get easily,
Mhm.
probably a little over half an hour walking out one way before she starts to get to that point of
Cool. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's not like sun's in the sky all the way
Yeah.
hot, but it's getting there for sure.
uh,
Um yeah. Um where how am I gonna ask this? Uh what kind of like physical effects do you feel like you're getting when it feels like, oh, it's time to go back now?
um that uh the start of that like disorientation when you get too hot and thirsty,
Mhm.
I think is starting to get to her a bit. I think for her it's manifesting as that agitation is that was already there, just like increasing, but now she's really thirsty too. uh,
Mhm.
I have the condition singed, so is
Yeah,
probably starting to feel extra pain on the burns from being out in the heat for so long. So yeah, yeah, disoriented, thirsty, and ow, my burn.
nice.
Yeah.
Um, what are you afraid might happen if you get back to civilization in time?
Um, hmm. uh, Number one fear would be uh collapse due to heat stroke, injury, whatever, and not getting any cell phone reception for some reason,
Mhm.
though it normally works out here.
Cool. This definitely sounds like a vitality roll. What do we have here? Cool. So, do you have any items that you might want to use for this?
I really don't.
Yeah. Cool. So that's going to be just 2d6 and see what happens.
2d6 plus nothing. It's a 7.
Ooh, a 7. That'll do it. Um,
I do like a good
cool.
location. That
You
works.
do. Let's see what you have there. Cool. Um, so I'm going to give you a condition, heat stroke,
All right.
and you're in a part of the desert outside of town. It itself is not especially familiar to you, but you're familiar with like what this looks like. There's not a lot of variation once you get outside town, and it might be just a trick of the sun, the heat on the desert, kind of like a mirage kind of thing. But when you're like looking around deciding whether to head back or not, it really looks like there's nothing else around in any direction. It's just kind of like flat. There are a couple scraggly scrubs, but other than that, it's just like it feels like you're kind of not lost, but like lost.
Like
Um,
can't even see the car anymore. It's not in the line of sight. They're just
yeah,
okay.
exactly.
Okay.
But you have a pretty good direction, pretty good sense of direction where you would be, and as you kind of make that decision and turn around, You almost stumble over it, but it is a VCR case that's just sitting like where you're pretty sure you just came from, just sitting on the ground there, and it is clearly a TV Odyssey tape.
Okay. I'll
So you can
shove that into my messenger bag.
um, and when you pick it up and come back up, you are face to face with, I don't know if you've seen the big man recently.
Not recently, just not since the lake.
Yeah, he's looking real rough. He's still as tall as he was. He's starting to look kind of scraggly, like he's thinned out a little bit, like his skin's hanging off a little bit. His it's almost like his arms look a little bit too long, and he seems to be he like takes off his hat and waves it. Just he's like kind of perspiring. His skin looks a little pale, and he just kind of looks at you and that's a long way from home.
Kind of slightly unsteady on my feet, just starting to slur words a bit from the heat stroke. She just like looks at him and goes, "What'd you do with David?"
Me? I didn't do anything.
"Where'd you take him?"
I didn't take him anywhere. Are you feeling all right? Do you need some water?
"Well, he's not here."
No. He's in a different desert.
"So where'd you take him?"
I don't see what I have to do with any of this.
"Just go away." And I, just kind of like do a weak little, shove, like going to walk past him and stumble out to I don't even know where.
Yeah, and I think when you do that, it's like he's not there when you like wave past him and kind of get the heat mirage, like almost as if he was a hallucination. But yeah, if it was very, very vivid.
All right.
And you can walk back into town if you like.
Yeah.
Or hang out in the desert as long as you want.
Gonna get back to the car, try to cool down and get some water.
Cool. You can easily do
Oh.
that. What is Parker gonna hang out at the arcade some more, or go fuss around somewhere?
Yeah, I think that they figured out that level, and I think they're gonna wait for the rest of the gang before trying out this new one.
Mm.
So I guess they're just gonna be like, okay, Ephraim, I'm heading out, and just leave.
Just like he's kind of buried in a paperback, and he just kind of like waves you off. It's like, cool, have a good one. See you later.
Perfect.
Oh, hey, I had a question for you. I don't remember what it was. You are you good to open tomorrow? I don't think I've been working pretty much every day by myself for a while, and I was wondering if you could just let an old man sleep in.
Sure. Are you feeling all right? Just tired?
Yeah, just realizing, kind of sitting back here, realizing how much I put into this place, and it's been really good. It's been really nice, but it's also I appreciate you kind of taking on the mantle.
Yeah. It's nice to work here. Kind of.
Well, except for
Except for
sometimes
like
things
first
get out of
day.
hand, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
It's all up
Those-
here, uphill from here, I suppose.
I suppose so. Yeah, I can open tomorrow. I'll be here. Take it easy, Ephraim.
All right, you too. I'll see you around.
Okay. And they just sort of walk away like that was a little bit weird, but maybe that's just what what a job is. Bosses are weird.
Yeah, they
Um,
are.
So I think Parker's gonna call Erica and see if she can come pick them up.
I'm gonna roll odds or evens here to see if Eric even picks up.
Perfect.
Call odds or evens, Rue.
Even.
There's no answer.
Okay. Guess I'm taking the bus home.
Same way you got here.
Yep.
Erica's
Oh,
A
and
robust transit
Billy-
system
Billy's
in
listening, yes.
Tagoya County, I guess.
Erica's driving right now, so she's not doing. Clearly, that's the only reason she wouldn't be answering the
Yeah.
phone.
Yeah, keep up 10
Yeah.
and 2. Great. What do y'all do after that? Is there?
Erica's got a plan here because Ellie forgot that walking out into the desert following the clue we got wouldn't actually lead to another clue for the whisper. So yeah, I'm bad at this game. So what next on Erica's agenda is going back to her old house again. There's this frenzied state, and now she's a bit heat stroked. So I'm imagining some slight, not dangerous, but slightly erratic driving is going on right now. And yeah, going back to that house, letting herself in, and just starting to like tear the place apart, looking for more listening devices, any sort of clues, because all the weird stuff is happening, and it happened to her family, and now she's like, hey, is this the reason why everything went so wrong?
Yeah.
So for starters, she's just tossing the place, pulling out drawers, dumping them out, going through all the stuff. Yeah.
Cool. On the way home, I think because you're kind of erratic and kind of heat stroked a little bit, you almost hit someone crossing the street that has what looks like a tub of ice cream, and they're obsessed, just kind of shoveling into their mouth, and they don't even notice. They probably know it's about the same time as you do. Like they look up as you're slamming the brakes on, and then they just kind of look wide-eyed and scurry off.
This is fine. Yeah.
Fine. Yeah. So that sounds like you want to do a meddling roll there. What are we doing it with?
It's definitely not composure. There might be some reason, in as much as she knows the house, but I'm not sure there's much reason happening here either, unless it's tangential. I know this isn't entirely what it's supposed. I'm going to make an argument for sensitivity.
Yeah, that works. I think this is going to be with disadvantage because of the heat stroke.
All right.
If you want to use something to balance that out, you're welcome to use an item. Otherwise, that's going to be 2 dice bottom 2.
2 dice bottom
Or
2.
3 dice.
What? 3 dice bottom 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll use the switchblade. Let's make this tossing the house get a little more angry, like like
Ooh.
going into the couch, going into the couch and stuff like that. Yeah.
Awesome.
This is All right.
So that'll
3D
be 2 dice.
bottom 2. Let's see. That makes a 6.
That's sick. Are you using the switchblade to
Yes.
okay,
Yes,
great. So it's just 2
um,
dice straight up.
Oh,
So we'll take the first 2 there. And that is
all
a 7.
right.
That's totally good. Um yeah, cool. Hmm. Get the which one do we want here? Ooh. Where do you find uh this journal?
You're asking where do I find a journal?
Yeah.
Hmm. Uh, the journal is in a uh, a false panel in Erica's father's desk in the basement den.
Awesome. Yeah, so you just bust that open, trying to find something, and you do find a journal. You haven't seen it before, but it looks like it's been there for quite some time, and it looks like someone like hastily tried to burn it, but then changed their mind and pulled it out. Um, it's still pretty messed up, um, and a lot of it is just kind of illegible. What you can make out are the words, they can never find out who I really am and what I've really done.
All right.
Hmm. Do you think anyone followed you?
Um, the hmm, someone might have followed me because of the erratic driving.
Mm-hmm.
The though I know, did someone on Escondido Street see her out in the desert? This too is possible. Like, let's go with yeah. Those are my reasons why. Like, I hope I wasn't followed here.
What do you do when you find this?
When I find the journal,
Yeah.
I just start leafing through it. You know, the old faster and faster, trying to find the legible page. Find the legible page, and she just goes, "I knew it," and picks up her dad's old baseball bat and just starts full on trashing the place, like going full office space on this.
Nice. Did you recognize the writing, or is the handwriting, or is it not recognizable to you?
Remind me again what it said?
What's that?
Oh, I'm seeing what it says. Yeah, she did recognize the handwriting. It's her grandmother's.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. I'm pulling on that thread from quite a few weeks ago.
Nice.
Yeah, she's just gonna full on start trashing the place with this baseball bat, and like, when she's done in the basement, she'll head on up to the kitchen and keep going. Like this house has to go. This house has to go. So.
Nice. So I'm sure I have it written down, but remind me about your grandmother.
So this, I believe, went back to the initial first encounter with the whisper question.
Mhm.
When Erica was kind of in her early teens, her father at one point went out of town for quite a number of months, saying that he had to go do something to help out his mom in Vermont, and he stayed there for quite a long time. And then when she died, the year before Erica was finished high school, her her parents up and went and took over that house, moved into that house in Vermont and left Erica behind, effectively. Yeah. That's all I know about her at this point, anyways.
Cool.
That's what it is.
As you're coming back up the stairs, you hear someone kick the door in upstairs, like the front door.
Erica's not feeling cognizant, just gonna grab the bat, clutch the bat harder and just yell out, "Go away!" Like,
And so when you come up, there's someone pointing a gun at you. What's your first reaction?
I think in spite of everything, immediate reaction is to freeze with the bat, because I don't think Erica's been pointed a firearm at before, so that's still a new experience here.
Cool.
Enough.
So since you take a moment, the sort of whatever is going on with you chills just a little bit, and you like maybe it's just like coming out into the light from the basement. It is actually Bill, who is there in an official capacity.
At least it's not Gary.
And he is he was sent out because it looked like someone broke in and was trashing the place, and someone called in a little disturbance there, and he just like looks super surprised to see you there with the baseball bat, and like lowers the gun and holsters it again and says, "Erica, what's going on here?"
He's clearly disheveled, right? Like hair is everywhere, clothes are filthy from the desert. You're just gonna keep holding the bat, just clutching to the bat, and just like, "This is my house. Go away and let me finish."
He starts coming out, like he's got his hands up and he's just like, just let me take that baseball bat from you, and let's just talk about what's going on here. And he like reaches out for the bat and tries to gently take it from you.
Oh, what's the reaction here? Quick look at what conditions, like heat stroked and spellbound. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's the one who theoretically spellbound you, so maybe
she doesn't put her hands down, but her fingers just effectively drop, just like she's not holding on to it anymore.
Yeah, so he takes it from you and kind of like leads you over to like an easy chair or something in the living room, and takes a few steps back and like throws the bat behind a couch or something somewhere a little bit far away from where you are, and just kind of squats down and looks you in the eyes and says, what is going on here?
Like I said, this is my house, and it's time to it's time to finish it.
Finish what?
This house.
What do you mean? Like you finished Escondido?
That wouldn't be such a bad idea. No, look, Bill, it's okay. I know that all this stuff that's been happening is kind of new for you. Things have been good. Things have been good, but
You don't look so good.
no, I meant for you. You're not used to this. It's okay.
Have you been drinking or anything?
No. I just I was up early talking with David.
Mm-hmm.
Um it's just things are messed up, you know?
So is this like, was there a demon in the basement, or I don't know what kind of ghosts or aliens in here? What is this part of your one of your things?
No, it was I thought there might be some of those things like out in, oh gosh, what's the name of that? I can never remember the name of the suburb. I keep wanting to call it Playa Mirada, but that doesn't sound right. Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Um, um, it's those things that are making people go crazy out in Playa Mirada. Um, uh, I thought there might have been one here and there wasn't, but there was. Um, look, this is my house, okay? I just want to. I just want it to be done.
I I think you just have to let it go. It's it's really not your house anymore, is it?
No, I guess not. It's a few years too late for that. No, yeah, just let it go. Just like I gotta let David go, right? Like I had to let those kids go, like it seems now I gotta let Michael go, like I gotta let you go. I just got, you're right, I just gotta let go. I'm
You
gonna
said
go in it.
you said you were talking to David this morning, though. So did something happen to him?
Bill, you were there. He was when he was on the TV, remember when he was on General Hospital?
Yeah, I'm not really quite sure what that's about.
I when I was out in the desert this morning, I saw the big man, you know, he was there and I tried to get him to tell me how he got David stuck over there and how to get him back, and he kept saying, no, I didn't do anything. I don't know where he is. And he let me keep his keys for him, but I don't think he's coming back. So,
And did you,
but don't tell the others I said that. Okay, I don't want Parker to lose hope.
did he send Michael into the TV too?
No, he's asleep back at the house. At least last time I saw he was. Like I said, I got up early to talk to David.
Are you sure you can make it home all right?
Hmm. Erica just pauses for a moment and just looks him right in the eye and says, no, and bursts into tears.
Um, yeah, I think he looks awkward for a minute and then kind of like, leans down and sharing like puts his arms around you to kind of like, okay, um, look, if you need me to give you a ride or um, just follow you to make sure everything's okay, I can do that. Just you need to get some sleep, I think. Seem like seem like you've been pushing yourself really hard.
Yeah. Can you drive my car back? I don't want to have to come back to get it.
Yeah, I'll have Garrett. No, I can't.
No. Please don't do that.
No, I haven't really been able to get a hold of him. You know what I mean? Not really available to me right now. Um, yeah, Yeah, I can do that.
Kill us all.
Well, we'll see about that. I think Gary's had a hard time too. Maybe he's just got to go work it out somewhere.
Right.
I've never
Bill
seen it
saw
like
the
that.
Demon Gary rampage.
What's that?
Bill saw the Demon Gary.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's kind of like repressing.
Gotcha, I'm tracking.
Yeah, he's like, okay, yeah, I can drive your car back. Listen, I've been sheriff here for a few years, and it's my job to keep everyone safe. And as you've seen, it's not really something I can always do. And although that is my duty, there's often things that are outside of our control, any of our controls. So you're just kind of doing your thing, and it's not your job to make everything all right. You're doing the best you can, but things are still going to be wrong no matter what you do. Don't try and take it personally. Don't let it weigh on you.
Wow, Bill, you're kind of deep. But she's saying this like in between the hiccuping sobs.
Not particularly, no. I just come to realize that not everything's my fault.
That's good. That's good. You just kind of tiredly gives him a little pat on the back.
Cool. I think he trundles you to the car and drives you back to Rickenbacker.
Yeah.
Awesome. Parker, what are you up to?
I think they do get back to the house. And it is probably very quiet, you know. Erica's still not, I think maybe they'll try calling her again. I don't know if she
Mhm.
picks up.
Depending on the time, she's probably either in the middle of smashing up her old house or being consoled by Bill, talked down by Bill. So there's
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think you see the car pull up, and Bill kind of like pull her out and give her another hug and kind of walk her to the front door.
Parker's definitely gonna like rush outside and be like, Bill,
Yeah,
Erica,
your friend
what's
here was
going on?
having kind of a hard day, so just helping her get home safe.
Okay, thanks. And I think Parker's immediately gonna be like, Erica, what's wrong? And like I'm sure she looks like she's been crying.
He looks like shit, like top to bottom.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you're like covered in dust and stuff.
Oh yeah, covered in dust, hair
And then
everywhere,
debris. And
Little
then
sunburned.
crying.
sunburnt, and like it's but hey Parker, it's okay. Bill's not mad at me any for smashing up the house, so it's okay. How about we should get some dinner?
Yeah,
Also, I
we
want
should
a nostalgic scene at some point because I have to
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, no, I have
Yeah,
two
now's a great time for
pictures as
that.
well.
That's a great time for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bill like tips his hat and goes off. So what does the scene look like?
Okay, so I guess we're going to dinner.
I mean, not
Oh.
necessarily. This is Erica's, just like half delirious, clearly not in her right mind, saying, "Hey, I just got brought home by the sheriff. Let's go to dinner."
Yeah, it's still like, it's still early afternoon.
Yeah, I was
There's
gonna say that's
there's absolutely no need to listen to her rambling unless you actually want to.
yeah, I think Parker's gonna like lead her to the couch and be like, okay, let's sit you down. So you said you destroyed a house? What's going on?
I didn't destroy it. Bill made me stop halfway through. He destroyed it more than I did. He kicked down the door.
Okay, but okay, maybe I should have started with what house?
My old house, the one over on Arabella where got my demo tape. Anyways, all that weird shit with the listening devices out in Playa Mirada. I thought there might be some there. So I went to check and I didn't find any of those, but I found this. I hand Parker the journal and I'm just kind of going through my messenger bag, like, oh, and one of these, and here's, oh, this is weird. Just puts out like some kind of little porcelain figurine of a cat. She's just like taking random shit out of her messenger bag, like, I found this and this and this. But yeah. So I just wanted to put behind me, but yeah. It's been a long summer,
Yeah, yeah, it's been a long summer. I also I went to work this morning, but I just said I was leaving. I don't feel good about not finding the kids. Someone had to say it. We didn't find the kids. We didn't find Judd or Amelia, and those other punks were just, I didn't mean to snap at them. And I'll go for it.
I know we didn't find that's all I've been able to think about all day. Like, what was the point of all of that? Okay, so some creepy losers aren't playing serpents and sepulchers out in the Miso silo anymore. Big whoop, good job us. Like, shit, Parker, what are we even doing here?
I feel like we just keep getting more and more questions. And, I was thinking about TV Odyssey today and that Zagreus game, and I keep thinking about Gary just showing up at the arcade, and it's just, do you ever wish we didn't come back to Deep Lake?
All the fucking time. She just kind of lets out what looks like an actual genuine not crazed smile and just sinks back deeper into the couch before blooping back to the slightly crazed smile. Oh, that reminds me. And she pulls the TV Odyssey tape out of her messenger bag and hands it to you.
Oh, great. We'll put it with our collection of all these other gosh darn tapes.
Look, man, you're like, I think out of all of us, you're doing the most okay, right? You haven't see you saved Elliot. You haven't like caused any direct property damage. You haven't been arrested. You haven't been tailed by a cop or a fed, and everyone likes you. You're doing great, man.
And I think for the first time you see Parker's usually like kind of bored looking, kind of half-lidded eyes. Their eyes just like open and they are actually like upset. And they're like, Erica, you think I'm doing good? You think that I keep my head down for a reason. I was in jail for 5 years. Do you think I like it? That's why I didn't That's why I don't talk to the cops. That's why I try to keep my head down. Do you think that this is easy for me? We didn't save those kids. And the ones that we did save, they wanted to go goof around and look at a dead body. Do you think that that's not hard for me to see these wannabe punks just waste their life away? I wasted my life away,
I didn't say
and now I'm stuck here.
I didn't say it wasn't hard, man. I just said you're doing good. And I, just kind of reach over like to go try to hug them.
I think they kind of like half-heartedly accept the hug.
Also, I think Randy's into you.
I would like to talk about that more when I'm not obsessed.
Okay. She's whispering, even though there's no one else in the house. It just like it gives you another pat on the back. And it's like, look, I'm sorry I ran off this morning. I woke up early, David caught me on the way out. Anyways, we had a talk. It was good to see him, So,
Yeah, it's good to see him.
Erica just kind of, unless Parker's like pushed her away, she's still just like flopped over hugging Parker.
No, I think they're both just sort of slumped against each other, just like,
leave her head in. You'll figure it out, man.
or die trying.
Dude, come on.
And I think at that Parker finally chuckles and like a poor attempt at a joke.
If anyone's gonna die, it's gonna be I was gonna say Gary, but yeah, I'm not good.
I also thought Gary.
I'm not good at being witty, man. Look, I really need to take a nap, but afterwards you want to get some ice cream?
Yeah, let's go get some ice cream. That sounds
Yeah.
great.
I'm just gonna crash for a few hours first.
Yeah. Well, let's both just take a nap.
All right.
See, a couple hours.
Which one of you hit your nostalgic takes you back thing?
I kind of started the conversation, even if I did. Do I have to include something from my list?
Or at least allude to it somehow, tie it in somehow.
Okay.
I would say it's Parker who did the move since they told Erica about jail.
Oh yeah, that's totally makes sense.
Yeah, and I also want you to get the what is it? Thank you for being a friend.
Oh, that's
You can clear.
Oh yeah.
So you can
but
clear
I
two
can clear
conditions.
two conditions
Ooh,
or take feeling good. I think I'm gonna clear two conditions because
Yeah.
I'm pretty loaded up. Just clear singed because it's been there for a while. Yeah, that did not work. I think I erased something I wasn't supposed to erase. I'm good at formatting. Yeah, no, I'm gonna clear spellbound. Let's do this chronologically and hang on to heat stroke for about
nice.
I think I'm gonna take off obsessed with Zagreus
Ooh, all right,
and keep stunned.
cool.
and keep obsessed with death.
Oh, I didn't take that one after all.
Yeah, 'cause that was those were the miss. Yeah. Cool. So if you're not the last key that was nostalgic, you also stumble upon a clue relevant to an active mystery. Tell me what it is. And which mystery you are for. I think you're muted.
Yeah, I really want to answer a question for the whisper today. So looking down the clues, I'm going to keep rolling here. I'll take a clue for the whisper.
Cool. What is it?
Um, it's the little weird porcelain cat figurine Erica took from her old house. It's yeah, it's a little porcelain cat, you know, one of those ones like were super ubiquitous in the 90s, 80s, where it looks like it's almost watercolor painted,
Hmm.
but on the kind of on the underside of it, instead of something like Royal Doulton or whatever, it has a weird little triangle shape thing, and the some Roman numerals. I don't know what they're.
Cool.
The date. Yeah, the Roman numerals are date.
Yeah, whatever. Cool. Awesome. And then it's nap time. Let's take our first break here. I think that's an appropriate appropriate time for that. Cool. So we'll take 5 and go back and see what's up with y'all.
Excuse me.
Alrighty.
All right.
I realized I did not officially introduce the dream. So while you're napping, this is the stuff we get. In the 1970s, La Fresca Foods was the largest employer in Degolla County. The company produced a number of candies, packaged desserts, and frozen novelties, and while it was never more than a regional success, it was a highly profitable business on account of its signature product, the Dream. The Dream was a frozen custard-like dessert, and while the company's claims that it had 0 calories were dubious at best, it was nevertheless much loved in the region because of its creamy mouthfeel and excellent taste. La Fresca Foods was on the verge of taking the Dream national when the company suddenly shut down. According to rumors, the company's founder and owner, W. Atlas Morgenstern, was being blackmailed for a secret so terrible he was willing to burn his entire business to the ground rather than give in to the blackmailers. He then became a recluse holed-up in his mansion in the tiny nearby town of White Spray, never to be seen again. That is, ... until recently. Mr. Morgenstern has reappeared and reestablished La Fresca Foods. He's moved the entire operation from La Fresca to White Spray, and it produces just one product, a new version of the Dream. Gone are the original flavors of Chocotastic Blast, Sunshine Strawberry, and Groovy Gooey Vanilla. The Dream now comes in a single flavor called Whites. And like the flavor's namesake, the frozen novelty is perfectly pristine in color. Furthermore, the new Dream is extremely low calorie, but somehow even more delicious than regular ice cream. The Dream is currently being marketed in and around Degolla County, though there are rumblings of a forthcoming national campaign. And you were able to try some. Yeah, I think that's it. There's another bit we'll get to in just a moment, but this the important part is well, I'll hit it now. You've already started to hear stories about fights breaking out at grocery stores around displays of the Dream, and that people are acting strangely. The Dream is, at the very least, a highly addictive, unsafe product. At worst, it's something supernatural. Consumer safety isn't exactly within the Latchkey's remit, but it might be worth poking around to get to the bottom of what's going on. If nothing else, it's an excuse to head out to La Fresca, where the original La Fresca Foods offices sit abandoned. La Fresca is a much bigger town than Deep Lake, and so even if nothing comes of your investigation, you can resupply for the rest of the summer. If you want to go deeper with this mystery, you can always make the slightly longer trip to White Spray. ... So this gives us the 2 possible questions. One is complexity 6, and the question is, what is the true nature of the Dream? That will let you resolve the mystery by taking action that will neutralize the Dream's power or make it safe. The complexity 8 question is, what is W. Atlas Morgenstern's terrible secret? That lets you resolve the mystery by confronting Morgenstern with the truth and convincing him to take the Dream off the market. And that has a key, which I did not put on, and that is the key of pure imagination. Cool. So that is the new available mystery. Yeah. So I think you wake up before nightfall, and so you have a little bit of time to do some more day stuff if you would like. What do y'all feel like getting up to?
My current my current in character goals are answering another whisper question, and if we have time and space tonight, resolve that setup, if whatever you want to call it, from like 3 or 4 sessions ago, with actually, with I want to resolve the talk with Bill.
Mm,
Get that taken care of. Yeah, I want to answer the question for the Whisper. It doesn't feel right to me to watch an Odyssey tape, especially without David here.
mhm.
Her real name Sasha. I keep reading that. But if we just answer the question, that's not, we're not necessarily resolving the mystery without the others, right? So,
Right.
but as for what to do with the rest of the night phase, I know, Parker, you want to go get that ice cream, or do you have other plans?
Getting the ice cream is fine. I figured we could like set up the dream.
Should
Yeah.
we go like pick up Randy at the Circle K on the way, and I'll go get ice cream?
Oh yeah.
That sounds perfect.
Yeah, you get to Circle K. Randy is just chilling, as usual, and I think jumps at the chance for some what he imagines is free ice cream, since he is definitely not buying.
Dude, I buy so much weed from you. How do you not have money for ice cream? This is in character while they're driving here. It's just like, come on, why are you such a mooch? I buy like so much weed from you.
I got investments to take care of, man.
You
It's
live
for
what
the
investment?
children.
You live on our couch.
Yeah, I'm being financially responsible.
I just, kind of turn to grin at Parker, who's I assume in the passenger seat, and just be like, we'll work on it.
Where do you go for ice cream?
The ice cream shack, does this town not have like one of those, 50 flavors trucks with
Yeah,
picnic?
totally does. It's a truck called the Ice Cream Shack. Love it.
Or maybe it's all inside, since this is New Mexico and y'all have to air condition or else. I don't know how this works.
I love it being a truck called the Shack. The Ice Cream Shack. Cool. Yeah. So they don't move around too much. They kind of there's like a small, like one of those like half block sized parks, and it's New Mexico, so it's there's not a lot of green around, but it's a dusty corner, near whatever town center there happens to be, that they can kind of park there. Let's see if there's have you been to this ice cream shack before?
I want to say no. Maybe it's like a new thing that popped up in town since we've been gone. Like one of those, like
Perfect.
we're bringing food trucks to Deep
Exactly.
Lake.
Exactly. I love it.
Nice. Yeah, cool. So you've kind of had your eye on it for a little while, but this is the first time you're heading out to it, and there is a line, a very anxious feeling line as you are you walking over, I suppose, because you don't have your car with you.
Oh, wait, did Bill not drive my car home yet?
Oh yeah, he did. That's right. Yeah, you haven't.
Yeah, then, yeah.
He has to go back. That's his problem. Okay, yeah. It's probably a nice walk though. It's not too far.
All right.
Not a big town there. And yeah, it's got the ice cream shack logo on it, and it has a like kind of look like hastily not wheat pasted, but kind of a big decal on the side of it that says like now available the dream. And there are probably 20 or 30 people lined up at the window, and if you are hanging out in the line, you kind of get the feel of where it is, and there it feels like it's like a bunch of smokers who haven't had a cigarette in a month, and like this is the first gas station they've come across that sells cigarettes, and it takes a while to get through. It's still a hot day, and as you're waiting, like more people line up behind you, and when there's a few people left, there's a woman is coming off the front of the line. She's got like a couple what look like pints of it, and someone, it's not clear if they kind of like jostle her on purpose or whatever, but she there's some interaction you can't quite catch, and she goes to the ground, and both of the pints spill out onto the ground, and like you kind of saw with the sample at the diner, it's almost as if like they're reaching up a little bit. It's not clear. Maybe it's just lumpy. It's hard to tell. But the woman kind of just like looks like there's a bunch of emotions happening all at once, and she just gets down on her hands and knees and starts eating the dream off the ground, and everyone else in the line is just ignoring her, waiting for their turn. You eventually get to the front, and there is one guy running the place. He's kind of got like the he looks like he has a unicycle. That look. But he's had a long day, and it takes him a second to register because he's like, it looks like he's very preoccupied with something like just below the counter, and he snaps back to it and looks down and looks at the two and says, I'm so sorry. Well, what would you like? And it looks like he's kind of bracing for, like, almost like if you're gonna hit him.
Are you okay, man? Like
Yeah,
waving
it's
my
just
front of his
it's just been a
face.
long day. It's
I I feel that I'll have a cone.
of
The new stuff, like the one with the weird bubbles in it.
he looks a little scared. He says, we have a lot of flavors, but I'm afraid that we've just sold out of the dream. And like he like is ready to be hit, pretty much.
Okay. Do you have any mint chip?
Mint chip dream or ice
No,
cream?
I didn't know it came in dream. No, man. It's just
No, just the white.
okay. So, do you have any mint chip?
Yeah, we have so much mint chip. Is that you want ice cream?
Yeah. I'll just take like a sugar cone. What do you guys want? I'm buying. Looking at
take-
Rocky
looking
Road.
for Randy.
I'll just take strawberry, I guess.
And you all what just like okay. And he like looks at the rest of the line kind of seething behind you, and he's like, okay, here you go, just take a minute, pulls up all your stuff, that'll be however much. And it's like, do you think any of them want ice cream?
That's what Giselle. Oh, go for it.
Hang on, let me check. And Parker's gonna be like, oh no, you sold out of the dream.
Oh shit. What are you afraid this
is
crowd is
going
gonna
on
do?
here? Where is this coming from?
They're trying to be helpful. They don't know how bad the dream is. They just saw someone weird eating off the floor. They don't think it's that bad.
What are you afraid this crowd is gonna do?
I'm afraid they're going to start rushing the van and like start trying to like push it.
Yeah, I think you're right. Let's gosh, what is this a roll with? Feels like presence.
Alrighty.
Let's do that.
I think I just have one. Yeah. 286. 5 plus 1. 6.
Whew.
Oh no.
Yeah, as soon as you say that, two things happen. First, the dude in the truck is like, bye. Closes up the front of the truck, and there's still a dozen people behind you. And as soon as you say that, they just go wild and do exactly what you're saying. They rush the truck and they are just like pushing it, trying to like get in there's like, the back door where he comes in and out, clawing at the front there. They're just like immediately just trying to tear it apart.
I'm gonna call 911.
Great, cool. You're calling 911 and not Bill directly?
Well, yeah, Bill directly, basically.
Okay, cool.
I mean, he's basically 911 for Deep Lake, right? There's
Yeah.
maybe a fire truck somewhere. He probably is the volunteer fire department as well.
And as you're calling, you see like they're not just doing violence to the ice cream truck, like they are, like someone's like punching the side of it and their hand is just like all bloody. Someone jostles someone the wrong way and there's like two people on the ground rolling around tearing at each other. It's a huge mess. What do you do while waiting for Bill to show up?
I think kind of while making the call, Erica would have tried to like pull at Parker, be like, let's try to get out of the middle of the riot while making this frantic call that someone's trying to kill the ice cream shack guy. Well, lots of someone's. And I think she wants to intervene, but doesn't at this point, just doesn't know how.
Yeah.
So I think at this point, Erica is doing the most un-Erica thing imaginable and trying to hide.
Yeah, I really like the idea that we're all just like hiding behind a car watching this, but still eating our ice cream.
Yeah, and Randy like is like, I'm ready to go. Like, I don't have my nunchucks, but I do have my nunchucks with me because I was at the store. Yeah. He's ready to jump in and help out. Parker, what do you do to stop him, if anything?
I think Parker's gonna be like, I don't, not to doubt your abilities, Randy, but I don't think you could take on 20 people that seem to be rioting against one ice cream truck. I think we should just stay here.
I can't just stay here and let this happen, man. This is not cool. Someone's gonna get hurt.
I think all those people already are hurt, so they're not getting more hurt. I don't want you to get hurt, Randy.
What do you think's gonna happen when her cop friend shows up?
I mean, I don't really care about Bill as much as I care about you getting hurt, so I don't know. I'll let Erica deal with Bill.
I think this is gonna be another presence roll.
Sure.
What are you afraid is gonna happen if Randy jumps too?
I think I'm just afraid that he's gonna also be hurt. So like people are gonna start fighting him instead of just the ice cream truck.
Yeah, that's totally valid. Cool. That's 2
It's-
dice plus 1.
All right. Finally, a 10.
That does it. Yeah, so you're able to I think these words soothe him a little bit, and he like kind of eyes over, like, or clutching his nunchucks. He's like, I don't feel good about this, but all right, I'll wait for the sheriff to show up. And the you wait for a few more minutes. Bill shows up in not the police car. I think he got what was her name? He got like the receptionist at the station to drive him down in her car because he hasn't had a chance to go get the cop car yet. And they both get out of the car, and Bill like has his hand on his gun, and he's just like, "What the fuck is going on here?" And he shouts, just step away from the ice cream truck. And they don't. And like I don't think he's seen ghosts and demons and possessed people before in the last week or so, but this is the citizens of Deep Lake kind of something's wrong. And he fires a shot into the air and says, just yells like, everyone step back from the truck. And when he does that, a couple of them turn around. And I think a couple of them rush him. And a third one actually, like, they're all kind of distracted for a moment by the shot, kind of looks around and sees the three of you hanging out behind the car, and starts not lumbering or shambling, but kind of like aggressively crouched, making their way towards your hiding place.
Okay.
What do y'all do?
Randy, you can fight hand to hand, right? No,
Of course I can.
I mean without your nunchucks. I mean just hand to hand.
I could.
I need to borrow your nunchucks.
You need to borrow my nunchucks? My chucks?
Yes.
What are you gonna do with them? You're not trained like I am.
First of all, I already showed you that I know how to use them because I have a pair that are from the set of Bloodsport. And second of all, look, you do your thing. Help stay with Parker. I need to go help Phil. I need to borrow your nunchucks. Because look, you're like that big and I'm like this big, and I can't just punch these guys like you can. I need your chucks.
Okay, but you better not hurt him.
If I hurt him, I'll trade you mine, okay?
Okay, hurt him as much as you want then. There you go. What are you afraid might happen if you can't get there before he has to shoot one of them?
Oh, I'm gonna, because what Nintendo don't.
Oh yeah, all right. So yeah, there's a couple of them that are just charging him. Tell me what that looks like.
Yeah, this is the back to normal for certain values Erica kicking in. We're just yeah, just the Russian forward tiny person, like barreling through the crowd and just spinning the nunchucks around, making a hole. And yeah, I think it's just as simple as she just barrels through there like a linebacker, even though she's barely over 5 feet tall.
Nice. And Bill is covering you, but is a little bit impressed by what's happening.
And just like
Um,
yelling at everyone to, to back the fuck down while just moving with these nunchucks.
mhm. Awesome. Yeah, so you're able to disable without permanently injuring the two that are running at Bill. And I think as part of the whole thing, Randy, like someone's kind of like, and when they see that he's ready, they take a rush at him too, and he just like pop. And like this was like a teenage girl, I think. Just like punches like, oh, I feel so bad, but it had to happen. And I think the rest of them kind of see what's going on and um, back up. Oh, like not some of them back away, but like their attention is not focused on destroying or knocking over the truck for long enough that he's able to start it up and like push his way through the couple that are in his way and just tear the fuck out of there. And will probably not return for a while. And I think kind of seeing like there's uh, no further source of the stuff, the dream. That they're still agitated, but they all kind of just like wander off, as if searching for something that's not there. And Bill's like, well, these two are in pretty bad shape. I'm gonna take him in and we'll see about getting him some medical attention. You are a monster with those, and that was really impressive.
Oh, it's just
Where
I used to.
you seem like you're in a lot better mood.
After before I took a nap, Parker and I hung out for a bit. They're awesome at helping you feel better. It's fine. It's fine. Also, I need to give these back to Randy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
No, I mean, I don't need to immediately. I mean, I just need to remember not to walk off with them. Because otherwise I promised I'd trade him mine and mine are autographed.
Okay,
And
cool.
anyways, you didn't get hurt, did you?
No, I think I was about to, but
Okay, cool, good.
cool. And he hops in the car with I can't remember her name. I should have it written down somewhere.
I think it's Nancy, something like that.
Yeah, Nancy sounds right. He got to puts them in the back of her car and like seemed like, well, I guess I'm gonna buckle them in because there's well, I got a handcuff and buckle in, and drives off with the siren going.
Those the people Randy punched?
There's just one person. It was a teenage girl, and she is on the ground. And I think he's like leaned over here, going, "Oh my god, I just punched out a little girl. Oh my god, what did I do?"
I think Parker's just like, I think she wanted to punch us first. It was instinct. I think she's fine. And Parker's gonna like try to like, is she breathing? She's breathing.
Yeah,
She's fine.
All right. Well, I'm gonna hang out here until she wakes up and just make sure she's okay, I guess.
Yeah, that wasn't your fault, Randy. It's okay. Everyone was acting like some sort of weird mob, I guess. I didn't realize that everyone was gonna freak out like that.
I guess
This was
people
just new ice cream.
Yeah, people just really like ice cream, I guess.
I guess I'll see you later.
Yeah. Once little Missy here is taken care of, I'll go back to those cave for a little bit, and yeah, I'll see you in a little bit.
Yeah, or you could come back to the house later or whatever.
Oh yeah, I'm
Anyway,
definitely crashing back over there. Yeah, for sure.
yeah, yeah, okay. See ya
Yeah,
later. And
stay
Parker's just
cool.
gonna like walk over to where Eric is.
Well, that was weird. I go, and Erica does seem a little weirdly too fast back to normal. But I'm like, well, I better give Randy his chucks back. Um, here you go, man. Thanks. And I
Oh,
just
that was
toss
really
them.
cool, man. That was sweet. Takes him back. Um, awesome.
Hey,
It is
you know
early.
Parker can like
Yeah,
juggle knives?
you could juggle knives.
Oh, yeah, it's and they just always have the knife on them. So they're just like flip, 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 like can carry it and flip.
Wow, good thing I punched that girl out instead of you stabbing her, I guess.
Uh that wouldn't have been my first option, but yeah, I'm glad you punched her instead of me stabbing her. Yes.
Cool. I'll see you when I see you.
Bye. And
Shake my head and say to Parker again as we're leaving, we'll work on it.
Cool. I think that is the day then. Let's go to dusk. Any moves. So you have two Odyssey tapes now. Are you interested in watching either one?
no.
Cool. Would you like to answer a question?
I really kind of do. I want to move it
I
along.
think it's okay.
So, yeah,
I think we
I
can.
want to answer that whisper question. We got a goodly amount of clues going down
Yeah,
here.
you got a ton of clues.
Mhm.
Cool. Have at it.
Because this is the last question. Is this the last question before the resolution?
Yeah, you'll resolve the mystery either by confronting those responsible and threatening exposure or ruin the integrity of the data being gathered, thereby shutting it down.
Yeah, we have a lot of clues. Cool. Um, where is it operating from and why? I was thinking it's operating from that local news station we keep pretending to work for, where we went all around flying around and like, yeah, we work for Station 3.
Oh, that's perfect.
Working that evidence.
Yeah, turns out Station 3 is actually the bad guys. That was my go-to thought for that.
Sweet, how do these tie in?
See. If you're cool with that being where it's operating from, then the next question is why. And I think this is where we use the clues.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So we've got a receipt with the note on the back, watch out. All the TVs in the neighborhood showing staticky images of unblinking eyes. The song Twilight Time by the Platters playing in a distorted loop. A camera hidden in an unusual place. Kid's fake deputy badge. Rumors of Patient's Head leaving their house in the middle of the night, walking out into the dark desert away from town. Sketches of geometric shapes, particularly 90-degree angles and corners. The partially burnt remains of a hastily destroyed journal, some words illegible, they can never find out who I really am and what I've done, and a little porcelain cat figurine from Erica's house, the old house.
So I do think that it is some sort of like experiment that's being done in this neighborhood.
Mhm.
Rather than like, I know it can be like an experiment or supernatural. So I do think it's this experiment.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you're already determined it's an
Yeah, yeah.
experiment.
So I'm trying to talk myself through
Oh yeah,
like
yeah.
what I'm figuring out. So I do really like. So are you thinking that Erica's grandma worked for this fake TV station?
She could have been. I honestly had no had nothing already developed there in my head. So just to roll with the clues here. So I'm cool if you want to say that she worked for the TV station. It would
'Cause I
have been
think
a long time ago, probably solid 40 years ago at this point.
would that match up with the development? Or I mean, she could even just have like worked on it before they put it into like action, I guess.
Oh yeah, because it was in Erica's house, right? So it's been in Deep Lake longer than it's been, even though the development's new.
Mhm.
They've been conducting the experiment for a while, it seems.
Because that would go with the journal, and then we could probably say that the cat figurine, because you said that there was like numbers on the bottom or something.
Yeah, the bottom has like a triangle shaped-ish thing and Roman numerals that are a year, like what you see on the bottom of movies and stuff.
I think it could be cool if that was like a some sort of commemorative thing of like, oh, you've worked here for so many years. Here's your like.
I love that. I love that.
And so I think that the experiment is like this whisper is being broadcast through the TV, so that would explain the static images of the eyes. But this also like deeper, there maybe they were trying to do deeper surveillance than just, like watching.
Like mental surveillance.
Mhm.
Yeah, the why could be something like
Because I think that could go with the receipt which says watch out. So maybe oh, did I not?
all right.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Mhm.
My internet keeps cutting in and
Yeah.
it says that my internet's cutting out.
Yeah, we can hear you all right.
Okay. Just got a weird error thing. Anyway, what was I saying? All right. So I think the receipt with the note on the back, watch out, could fit with maybe someone realized the surveillance is going on and was trying to send out a message.
Yeah. I'd like to suggest here that the why they were doing this experiment uh, is that it was a social engineering experiment, because stuff like what we had with the situation with Bonifacio and her wife, with the two people who everyone really disliked, who someone was having an affair with, the one really like violent, annoying guy's wife, all of
Mhm.
the original thing that kicked off the mystery, um with the with the uh, perceived affair or whatever it was. And then the lyrics to the song, which I just looked up here because I don't know this one, are about uh lost love, love escaping from you, wanting to have a relationship and bring it back. So I think the why is some kind of like creepy social experiment to try to create, the perfect suburbia kind of thing.
Mm.
And it backfired. And I'm going to use Twilight Time for that. And then like it tracks with everything else you've said with the clues here about really dialing in on to get a closer look, how do people look, what's their eyes, what's their breath, really get that sense.
I feel like the sketches of the shapes could go with like this idea of people like figuring out or maybe they don't trust their brain. So like it's getting kind of like going a little crazy or something. So like they're just trying to do something meditative to be like, no one's listening to me, no one's watching me, even though they are.
Kind of
And
like
I
a
The last thing we have,
unconscious way to kind of
yeah
drown it out.
yeah.
Cool.
So we need the kid's deputy badge and then patient's head.
Mhm. And you have the camera, right? Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
we did the camera and the cat figurine.
Cool.
So
So that is the even roll you have right now. 1, 2, 3,
yeah,
4,
let's
5.
off.
Should be +5. Why is it?
Yeah, I think that the kid's toy deputy badge uh belonged to, I don't even know his name now if it's on the mystery or not. The guy who other David was rumored to be having an affair with, the creepy, angry, violent guy who kept coming around.
Mhm.
That deputy badge was his when he was a kid, and everything, was kind of going well with his little nuclear family, and he was gonna grow up and be a cop just like his dad. But then the whisper stuff got installed in their house, and things went, that didn't happen, and maybe the whisper is what made him this like hyper violent
Paranoid. Yeah,
Mhm.
paranoid violent dude. Um,
So
that's
we're
really
rolling a
good.
+4 with all those right now.
We'll have one more we could wrangle.
Hmm.
I mean, the easiest one is that the reason Patience is going out into the desert away from town is for her own illicit affair provoked by the whisper.
Mm,
Hmm.
interesting.
I really want to say that like she's working for the TV people though.
Ooh, that
Wouldn't that
would
be
That would
cool?
totally make sense.
that makes so
And so
much
she's
sense.
walking out into the desert out of like guilt or something.
Hmm.
Oh, this makes so much sense with her being the
Maybe
neighbor
to
who takes
get out of
bodies.
the range so she
Yeah.
can think for a minute.
Yeah, she's always snooping on everyone, sticking her nose where it doesn't belong. I love that.
Nice.
Yeah, like maybe she feels guilty that her snooping made that one person kill her husband.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Awesome.
love.
So that is 2d6 +5. You can't fail. So who would
Okay,
like to make that roll?
You want to go for it?
sure. You can't fail are the magic words for asking me to do a roll.
Whew.
Oh my gosh.
An 8. That does it. That sure
It
does it. All
doesn't
right.
count, but I sure tried my best. Darn it.
Cool. So that is the correct answer. There will be extra danger or complication there. So you will resolve the mystery either by confronting those responsible and threatening exposure, or ruin the integrity of the data being gathered, thereby shutting it down.
Cool.
All right. And there will be, let me make a note of the complication. Sweet. Cool. What is next? All right. I think, we are 2 hours in. Would you all want to stop here so we can get everyone else in on the next night phase? Or do you want to kind of go ahead and get started on it?
Keep rolling, try play around with what we can do in this night phase, even if it's a shortened one.
Cool.
That sounds
Let's
good.
take our second break here then, and we'll jump into some night phase stuff in 5. Righty. Cool. So last bit is each player says what their latchkey will be doing during night phase. So what will y'all be doing?
I've got an idea. Do you have any inklings, Rue?
No. I wasn't sure if you wanted to do something together or if you're gonna go solo.
Uh, it could go either or. So I'm wondering if you got anything you're vibing for in particular.
No, go for it.
Check something in the tabs here. Okay, we should wait for really before doing those. What do you say? Get some more clues about the dream. At least Erica would at this point. I think she wants to sheepishly attempt to return to the scene of the crime, aka the Pancake Cave, and try to, apologize and get unbanned and try to figure out what's going on. So
Yeah.
that's something Erica's gonna do if you want to
Cool.
come.
Yeah, I'll tag along.
Sweet. Let's see. Yeah. Cool. So what does it look like early evening at the Pancake Cave?
I think that they're definitely like the breakfast rush, lunch rush, dinner rush. So I feel like maybe we caught it just before the dinner rush is gonna start.
Mhm.
Or maybe just after. I don't what time is it's right before night or it's night.
It is night now. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So maybe after the dinner rush. So maybe there's like a lot of tables that are like
Oh, Rue froze for me. Did
Oh,
they freeze?
yeah.
not
Froze.
cleared yet or something.
Tables that aren't cleared yet.
That makes sense. We're right in that liminal space between after supper, but before people start coming out of the bars.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Yeah, and I think it's a little bit like there was a rush, but it's a little bit deader tonight than it usually is. It's a weekday, but yeah, a lot of the regulars aren't in. And in fact, there's one point where it's just you two at a table, I assume, or a booth, or the counter, whichever you like. And there's only one other customer, and it's a small town. You don't know every single person, but this person seems like they are just from like the way their body language. You don't recognize them, and they also kind of like give off a vibe that they are like not from a small town. Yeah. And yeah, I think they've got a short stylish afro. She's actually wearing a pretty nice men's suit with shoes that don't necessarily go with the suit, but they're sensible shoes. And kind of like it looks like they're not here just to eat. It seems like they're kind of scoping the place out. They like catch catch Parker's eye and be like, just as like a flash of like, okay, cool, I got you. and then back to just a cup of coffee.
Great,
Um,
another Fed.
what would you like to do?
Has the waitress from before come around yet?
Um, she is working, but she has not come around. A different waiter has come around.
Hmm. Hmm. Hey, squint at the name tag. Dennis. Hey, Dennis.
Yeah. Do you need more coffee or check?
No, 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 no. Yeah. What's up with the suit? And I gesture at the woman at the counter.
Just rolled into town. Looks like.
What, just like an hour ago, yesterday?
Actually been here came in during the dinner rush and have just kind of been hanging out since. Um, kind of chatty. Asking, you know, you can tell she's not from here because she asked me if anything strange has been going on lately.
Hmm. That little flash of broken pops in Erica's eyes again. With the chuckle. Yeah, I guess
Um,
yeah.
yeah, she says she's not staying, she's passing through, but heading up to La Fresca.
Got it. Um, yeah, I got nothing. All right, man. Hmm. I figure out how to meddle here. I think the last thing Erica's gonna do is go straight up to the stranger. Um, yeah, I'm all right. I have a plan. A patented Erica plan. I'm just gonna pick up her glass of water since it's not hot like the coffee is, and go and walk past this woman as if on her way to the washroom and like do the whole fake bump into and spill, intentional bump into, spill your drink and see what happens.
Yeah, and she's sitting at the counter, so you can totally bump into her, and
Oh my
she's
God,
like
I am so sorry.
gives you like gives you a hard look up and down.
I'm so sorry. That is not normally how we treat guests here in Deep Lake, Miss.
Who are you?
I'm Erica, Miss. Do
Miss.
you have a name?
Yeah, I've got a name. Jackson. What do you mean guest?
Oh, apologies. I thought, I'd never seen you around before. I thought you might have been from out of town. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I'm from out of town. I'm just passing through. I won't bother you very long.
Oh, what brings you to Deep Lake? We don't exactly get many tourists.
I'm Deep Lake is on the way to where I'm going, so I stopped here for a bite and just cool my heels for a minute. Why do you care?
Because in small towns, people often make friendly conversation.
Yeah, I've never found small towns to be that friendly.
Well, you just haven't come to the right ones. Now, come on. I'm so sorry about the water. Can I, buy you like, I don't know, fresh coffee or something and keep you company?
You already apologized. I got an expense account, so thank you for your
Expense
concern.
account. Wow, that is fancy. I had this friend who worked on Wall Street. He kind of reminded me a bit of him. Were you ever in New York?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna
Do I know you?
are you, well, you're not from around here, right?
You're not from around here, are you?
No, I am. I was born and raised here. I've been out in California for the past few years. You're not at USC Berkeley, are you?
No, I'm not from North
Okay.
Carolina, California.
And then you probably, I guess I just have one of those faces.
I guess so. Well, nice to meet you, Erica.
Nice to meet you, Jackson. Is that a given name or a family name?
You can call me Flo.
All right. Well, thank you, Flo. Enjoy your passing through. Safe travels.
Say, this is gonna sound, well, everything here seems weird. So, do you like ice cream?
Yeah, who doesn't? I mean, unless you like can't have dairy, but I mean, even people who can't have dairy still like ice cream. It makes it. Yeah, I like ice cream. I like ice cream.
Looks like she's like carefully considering her words for a moment, and says, "To be perfectly honest, you look like a wreck,
I
but you
know.
still got." You haven't tried any of that new stuff they brought down here, have you?
That weird bubble stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They were giving out samples here last night,
And
actually.
you see her tense up just a little bit, but still like a relaxed tension, kind of. Almost as if like she's ready to do something if she needs to, but still like remaining cool. Um, just the one sample.
I only had one.
How have you been feeling?
I mean, I've been under a lot of stress lately, just like in general. Why do you ask?
Call it product research.
Are you a cop?
I am definitely not a cop, sweetheart. Furthest thing from it.
Okay. I mean, look, like I said, I've been under a lot of stress lately, so
And
whatever. That's a whole.
she motions to the seat at the counter next to her, and like it seems like she's opened up a little bit. It's like, what kind of stress you been under?
Oh my God, you name it. Work. Well, it's a kind of volunteer work.
Where do you work?
I do odd jobs around town. So work's been stressful. Coming back to Deep Lake's been a little stressful. Don't ask about my love life. We're not even gonna go there.
And
But look,
she looks over at Parker. Like,
no,
right.
oh no, not him. But he was with me earlier. A crowd of people tried to kill the guy who drives the ice cream shack truck. Parker, hey, come on over here.
Sure, and Parker just walks over to the bar or the counter.
Mhm. Parker, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. And puts out a
Flo
hand.
says she's not a cop.
Okay. I'm also not a cop.
All right, looks like we are
That's
three
just
not
how
cops
we're
here.
introducing ourselves.
It seemed like an important thing to mention to Parker. So yeah, like I was saying, Parker and we went to the ice cream shack after dinner, just like I don't know, like 4 hours ago, and they ran out of that new stuff,
Mhm.
and then the mob then
They got
Parker told
ugly.
they ran out of it. And yeah, it got ugly. Were you there?
Mhm. No, I've heard about similar things happening. Just trying to find out what if it's a local thing, if it is well, just trying to find out more, I suppose.
What's your stake in all this, Flo?
I'm just here to find some things out for my you might say I do odd jobs. What kind of, and she like kind of like not like looks like she kind of like looks into you a little bit. She says, what kind of trouble do you get up to, Erica?
Uh, most of that's not public record. Like I said, he said, I got some issues with my friends, got some issues with my family, got some issues with my love life.
What'd you say your last name was?
I did. It's
Oh,
Schrader.
nice to meet you, Erica Schrader.
Yeah.
And how about you, sir? Getting into trouble today?
Nope, I just went to work and then took a nap.
More odd jobs?
No, I work at the arcade at the mall.
Like video games?
Yeah, like video games.
You like
Do
it?
you, it doesn't pay, actually, it hasn't paid yet, but I just started.
You just started.
Just started like this week, I'm sure. Yeah.
I also get the feeling that you're not from around here either.
I lived here, yeah. And I was gone and then I came back.
Lived? Where'd you get off to?
Is that pertinent to the conversation?
I'm just making small talk.
Well, then where do you live when you're not traveling through Deep Lake?
Hotels mostly.
Hmm.
You seem awfully concerned about what we do personally for someone who's doing product research, Flo.
Well, people buy products. So I like to get to know the people.
Well, we didn't get a chance to buy any of that dream stuff. They were sold out.
But
You work,
Erica here got to taste a little bit.
yeah, that's right. That's what I said. You work for what's the company here?
La Fresca Foods.
La Fresca
Yeah.
Foods.
You work for La Fresca Foods?
I do not, but I am eager to talk to someone that does product research.
Well, I don't think you're gonna find anyone in around here who works for La Fresca Foods.
That's why I'm just stopping through.
Flo, you're being weird.
I thought I was being friendly.
Right.
You don't know anyone from La Fresca Foods or La Fresca in general? You seem nice.
No, I don't know anyone from La Fresca Foods, and hey, it's probably time. It's probably time I got home. It's getting late. Parker, did you wanna head back, or did you want me to leave the car?
No, let's head back home. And they just take out like a 20 or whatever from their wallet and throw it on the table.
Cool. She reaches into her inside jacket pocket and pulls out a little business card and hands it to Erica and says, "Well, if you ever want to have a friendly chat, just give me a ring." The card reads, Florida Flo Jackson, private investigator. No address, but it has a phone number.
I look at the card that says private investigator and just start doing a why didn't you just say so?
You know, odd jobs, right?
Yeah, but just Flo, look, when people roll into Deep Lake saying and being shady about why they're here, it's never good.
What do you mean by that?
Just try to be more upfront with people, okay, Flo? You'll get better answers here. I know what it's like out in the city, but it's a small town. You just gotta shoot the shit straight with people. Look, I'll get if I think you're working for people who are on the up and up, because I know you're not self-employed in that sense, I'll give you a call, and if not, just don't bring any more trouble into this town.
Or
Just
what?
don't. Or what? I'll tell you, it's not me or Parker who's going to be the one making trouble for you. You'll find out soon enough. Good night. And start walking off.
So, well, you better get back to your friend over there.
What do you mean get back to my friend? I'm with Parker and I are together. Unless Flo's talking about someone else.
Yeah, and she sort of hitches her head towards the front window. Your friend out there having a smoke. Seems awful intent on burning a hole through the back of your head.
I look out the window.
And you see actually Parker ran into him before, right? Or was it Erica, the man in the gray suit in the hallway here, to give the message to
The man, I'd run into the man in the gray suit here.
Yeah.
David way back when.
Yeah, it's that guy, dark hair, kind of slicked back,
Oh boy.
smoking a cigarette, and he just smiles and nods at you, flicks the cigarette away.
He's no friend of mine. Like I said, if you come in here looking to stir up trouble, I'm not gonna be, I'm not likely to be the one who makes you regret it. Neither is Parker, but like I said, there's a lot of weird people in this town who don't like when trouble gets stirred up, and I don't know who that guy is, but
Some kind of tough guy.
he ain't from around here either. I know, maybe you two can find some nice small talk to make as folks just passing through. He's been here for 3 weeks, by the way.
You know who does he work for? Well, who does he work for?
I have no idea. He's about as tight-lipped as you are, but more so.
Really? I think I've been forthcoming.
You have a funny sense of forthcoming, Flo. You have a good night. Like I said, I'll give you a call if it seems like the right thing to do.
Will do. And I guess I'll be seeing you later. Parker, what was it?
Yeah, that was my name. And Parker's just gonna walk away.
Like Madonna. All right. See you later, Parker, with no name.
Wow.
She turns back to her
Yes.
coffee.
Oh, that I'm whispering to Parker, like, yeah, that was a thing that happened. Let's see if is the guy in the gray suit still there when we get out the door?
Nope, but his cigarette is just smoldering away on the ground.
I'm taking his cigarette. No, this might be a clue.
Yeah, it's just a Marlboro filtered regular old.
Oh, no. All right.
Don't be picking up cigarettes off the ground. That's gross.
I'm
Um,
not gonna smoke it. Erica doesn't smoke tobacco. That's nasty.
Do we see a car with like an out of state or something license plate? Outside?
Yeah, actually you do. It's a what's a nice car?
A Cadillac? It's like a detective-y car.
Yeah. But it's an older one. But it's like very nice condition. It's got Nevada plates.
And Flo's business card said Nevada on it.
Mm-hmm. Or no, it just has a phone number on it, but
Okay.
it is from out of town.
Huh, I guess this might be her car. I mean, she was the only other person in there with us, so
Yeah, there's literally no one else.
yeah, I guess this is just Nevada. Huh.
Nevada.
Can I try to like peer into the window?
Yeah, there is there's a little not a briefcase, but like a satchel on the front seat. A little brown satchel. The rest of it's pretty clean.
What are you thinking, Rue? Oh no, Rue froze again.
Oh,
It was the weirdest way with cops and I guess investigators.
Sorry, the what? You froze again there.
I'm sorry, my internet keeps going in and out. Can you hear me again?
Yeah.
Okay. I just said that you have a weird way with cops and investigators. That was just
I
Parker
don't
making a dig at Erica.
I don't even know what that was. And what do you mean I have a weird way?
I mean, never mind.
Well,
But for real, are you feeling good after eating that dream stuff?
like I said, I've been under a lot of stress lately, but and granted, I had been up since 4 a.m. eating and drinking nothing but coffee for like 3.5 hours by the time Paige came around with the ice cream. But I don't know, man, it was weird when I was eating that little weird ass ice cream cup. I felt like it had to be my ice cream, like doing some fucked up Gollum kind of thing. And when Paige came back around to warm up my coffee again for like the 26th time that night, I thought she was like reaching for my ice cream, and I smacked her out of the way. Like with my hand smacked her out of the way, not just like told her to go away or something. You know, that's not me.
Yeah, that is weird. So I guess that angry mob isn't unreasonable.
That's kind of what I'm starting to think, that I can't blame that one just on the stress.
Hmm.
Um,
Well, I mean, she said she was going to, is the place called La Fresca?
Yeah, the let's see, the yeah, the oh, look at that. Yeah. The stuff has been reintroduced primarily to La Fresca, and the factory is in White Spray, which is nearby as well.
okay.
La Fresca is kind of like the,
Okay.
the big town in the area. Deep Lake and White Spray are much smaller.
Okay. Is that where the high school was?
That is where the high
that
school
burned down?
is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. I did not
That
make that.
they actually have chain restaurants there.
Ooh.
Oh man, I've always wanted to visit a Waffle House.
Let's go to Applebee's and get their endless appetizers.
Waffle House versus Pancake Cave Ultimate Showdown fight. But yeah, I don't. Yeah, Parker, did you want to do any more snooping around tonight, or just? Yeah,
I
what
think.
for meddling with flow? I'm sorry, finish your.
Oh
Say that
no.
again?
I was wondering, what do we get for meddling with flow?
Yeah, she. Let's see. Yeah, she was pretty. She asked a lot of questions. Didn't really give a lot up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to poke around her car?
My
Seemed like
intent
you're good.
was to meddle, so
Yeah. Let's roll a medal and see what we get. Let's do it with presence. I think that fits.
um could I like can I fish for advantage by hiding behind Parker?
I think you would need to spend a thing for that. Yeah.
I do not have any items to use for that. You know what I kind of do?
Oh yeah.
I'm using the fake dwarf beard. Plausible deniability.
Yeah, why not? I accept that.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yep. All right. You said that's with presence?
Yeah.
All right. So that's a +1. A 9.
A 9. All right. So we will get the clue with a complication. And yeah. Hmm. Yeah. When I think you as you're kind of poking around, the again, like the car is pretty clean. There's, unless you want to like break a window, you're probably not going to find anything in there, and that's probably not a great idea. But you do see after a while a delivery truck leaving the back of the diner, kind of pulling around through the parking lot near where you are, and it is a La Fresca Foods van. Looks like they have just made a delivery there, and the windows are kind of blacked out. They've got, you know, tint. It's hard to see at night. When it drives by, Erica, you get this this weird kind of buzzing in your ear, like as the truck comes by, like kind of like it's kind of like this multi-tonal rising frequency, and as they drive away, it subsides. And I think it kind of like it doesn't stun you, but it's distracting enough that let me put this down. First clue for the dream is a weird frequency. And when you kind of shake it off, where were you standing in relation to this?
I feel like if she's in the car, Parker's like standing in kind of like near the front of the car so that they could
Mhm.
kind of be a lookout.
Yeah.
I do think it'd be really funny if they took the burnt, like the cigarette, and was like, I'm smoking.
I love it.
Cool. So Parker's up on front of the car. You're shaking off the little buzz, and when you do, you look, you know, near the back of the car where the van was, and Flo is standing there, and she is holding a 9mm pistol, and looking real curious about why you're messing with her car. And I think that is a place to end it there. Was it a 9mm or a Glock? I don't remember once. It was specified in the character. Glock 19. She has a Glock 19, which
Really?
is not a 9mm.
Those
I
are
think it's
massive.
yeah, it's a 40. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So she is, and yeah, it is pointed at you. Like it gives a little head tilt. So we'll see what happens with that next time.
You just went from never having a gun pointed at her before to twice in one day.
Yeah. Cool. Let me write that down. Try to metal. Awesome. Let's do some stars and wishes, and start with Erica.
Ooh. Wow, that was fun. I'm glad we did this. I know it can be a challenge to run a session for only 2 players. I know it can be a challenge to like play sometimes with only 2 players, but yeah, that was awesome. I don't even know where to start with the stars. My brain is in here. The whole the escalation at the ice cream truck was really fantastic. Like I love that whole sequence from picking up Randy, going out to the ice cream truck, and just, yeah, how that all ramped up. Ruth, the nostalgic scene was really cool. I love how we're kind of starting to, there's like this unspoken agreement that we're starting to make our, like as a group, make our nostalgic scenes more vulnerable than they used to be, for lack of a better word. Like,
Mhm.
and I think that's really cool. I really enjoyed that they finally had that conversation of, you know, hey, I was in jail and things aren't good either. Yeah, love the NPCs as always. The I love Flo, even if whether or not she turns out to be villainous. I absolutely adore her. Yeah, played Randy perfect as usual. Really enjoyed, though that's one of those like half weird ways of putting it, but it was extremely fun. The super intense sequence at Erica's house.
Mm.
And yeah, wishes for next week. Not get shot by Flo. Hopefully avoid getting arrested again this soon. Hopefully the whole gang will be back together, because I'd love to resolve the Whisper next week and go storm Station 3. And yeah, just continue pulling on, finish the Whisper, continue following the threads with Flo and Bill, and hopefully the whole gang's back together so we can also watch an Odyssey tape.
Yeah.
Got so many Odyssey tapes.
Cool. Thank you. Rue, what do you got?
Yeah, I usually write down stars, and I do not have anything. I just have your guys' names written down because I felt like my brain was on the whole time. Also just sorry about my internet going off randomly. I don't know what that was about. But
That's
anyway,
fine.
so loved Flo. She was great. Parker just has an aversion to giving their name to anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Erica, I really loved her scene at the house. That just felt really like raw, and just like she's really going through it. I also like that you used the knife to tear up the house to get that clue. That was great.
Mhm. Awesome.
Also like just talking with Bill finally and just being like, hey, I'm not okay. Also I wanted Parker to have that scene. I had been planning on it since last time, of just like really being vulnerable and just saying like, hey, I'm not okay too. And so thanks for playing off that with them. I felt like that was really natural for the characters. I always love Randy. It was great. I really liked Bill getting driven to the scene of the ice cream truck thing. And also thanks for letting me just have Parker be a gremlin and just making things worse sometimes. Let's see. Wishes for next time. I do hope we're all together so we can watch an Odyssey tape and finish the Whisper. I also was a little bit worried about like just the two of us putting it together, but I thought that was really good. So I liked collaborating with you, Ellie. That was nice.
I really like what we cooked up also, because I often feel like stuff like the mystery resolutions, the questions are something I really struggle with. I am not a mystery person. I am not the person who watches, puts on Miss Marple and knows within the first 2 minutes who done it. So yeah, it was really cool to be able to just do that together, because I lean on Sash and Billy super heavily for that. I don't know about you, but I totally do. So that was really cool. I loved working that out just together and flexing those muscles.
Yeah, and I do Brindlewood Bay, and so I'm more used to like answering, but like more of like a who done it rather than
Right.
what's exactly going on. So it was nice to do that. I guess from like 0 to coming up with an answer, but I don't know. I just want to keep playing and I want to keep seeing these characters, and I'm very tired because my brain's been on the whole time.
Yeah, it's a challenge to play with only 2 people, but I think y'all knocked it out of the park.
Nice.
Yeah, I had a really great time.
Awesome. Cool. Yeah. It doesn't feel harder, but it's more, it's just like everyone's got to do a little bit more because it's less
That's what
time.
I mean.
Yeah.
It's a lot more mental.
But y'all did super great. I really loved like y'all both did like fun like the fun scenes with Flo and with the ice cream truck, sort of more like standard RPG-ish stuff, and like really hit it with like the "we're not doing okay" scenes. Like, those are really great to watch / be a part of. So I really appreciated that. Yeah, and I'm real curious to see what's happening with the Whisper conspiracy. So yeah, I'm curious to see how everyone gets involved in that and what happens. We haven't really established anything about the physical Station 3, really, which I have some ideas about maybe, but we'll see. We'll see what happens next time. Yeah, so yeah, I'm very eager to see the next Odyssey tape as well. This is gonna be real good. Yeah, it's good stuff all around. Had a great time. Anything else before I shut down the stream?
Oh, I think the last thing that I had wanted to see is I just want to remember for next time is what's going on with Ephraim, because he seemed kind of weird.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
we'll
I
find
need to
out.
write that.
And
Need to
wouldn't
remember.
that be wild if he's about to like die and leave you the arcade? That would be a
No,
problem.
please. I regret giving Parker this job. It's so boring.
Like, what are you afraid will happen that he'll die and leave me the arcade?
That's even worse than that. There's back taxes.
No.
No. No. Ah,
Yeah, we'll definitely hit some of that next time as well.
Yep.
Perfect.
Yeah. Other than that, that's pretty much all I got. Maybe by the internet. We'll see the rest. I know Billy was watching. We'll see the rest of y'all next time. And yeah, have a good week.